So Dame and Giannis are working. It was not fun at the beginning, but right now Dame and Giannis are clicking. Today I wanted to talk about Dame and Giannis and what they've done. Honestly, if we're being 1,000% honest, Giannis and Dame were a team. We're part of the same team now, the Bucks, and they're both two players. Which, when they got together, people thought that it was gonna be scary. You know, because they work so well together that honestly we've seen that they can actually play with each other, right? So what we have to look at right now is the fact that Milwaukee has been on an absolute tear, just absolutely bodying every team in the league. And honestly, when we look at them, right, and their just most recent win to the Spurs, right, we have to say like, yo, this team is going crazy, right? And that's no understatement. If we're being 1,000% honest, this team has now become, right, the best duo in the NBA, and both of these guys have been going crazy. In the month of December, Giannis has averaged 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists, right? Going absolutely crazy with Dame averaging 28 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds, right? They've both played all of the games, and they've both played at least 25 games in the season, with Dame playing one less than Giannis. Giannis in his regular season averages is averaging he's averaging 31 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, with a steal, a block, 60% from the field. Something that Giannis has never done in his entire career. And 66% from the free throw line. So basically, Giannis is going crazy. Meanwhile, Dame, on the other hand, is averaging 26 points, 7 assists, 4.5 rebounds, or 5 rebounds, right? Meanwhile, getting 1 steal and shooting 44% from the field and 37% from 3. And also, you have to keep in mind that he did have a shooting slump at the start of his run. But Dame has just been absolutely insane. Yesterday in this game versus the Spurs, Dame dropped 40 points and reached 20,000 career points, which was amazing, as Dame is now in the 20K club while having so much time left. But what I really wanted to talk about this video and what this team has showed me is that all they need is to be persistent, and they can work. The reason why I say that is because, look, at the beginning, no one believed in this team. Everyone was like, oh, no, when they traded for Dame, everyone knew that it was going to work. But then as soon as people started seeing it on the court, people started posing questions about the legitimacy of the team. Now that Dame's been there, and that there's a system which is happening right here. Dame and Giannis work. The only thing with Dame and Giannis is that they are kind of, one-dimensional. Dame's going to shoot it. Giannis is going to dunk it, right? Run the pick and roll. There's no pick and pops. So, basically, their offense is based on 3 things, right? Get Giannis in the paint, right? Get Dame in the 3-point line, or make Dame cut. And I'm talking about the offense with these two guys. So basically, what it's become now is that Dame and Giannis have figured each other out. Dame has dropped his scoring averages to 28. He averaged like 31 last season. And he basically said, okay, I understand that I need to be a passer in this, team. There is no place for me to be a supersonic Dame because they don't need it, right? Giannis has said, you know what? I'm going to stop taking dumb shots. I'm going to trust you with the ball 100%. right? Like, because let's be honest, even when Drew Holiday was around, Giannis sometimes went and did the Giannis things where he would go alone and try to dribble up the floor, which even though sometimes it worked, it was not something that you wanted to see in a team where Giannis Antetokounmpo needs to be dribbling up the floor just to create his own shot. And that was one of the big things with Drew Holiday that was messing them up. In terms of their defense, which was a big problem, what they've been doing is playing like the younger guys, which can actually guard. They don't want to really change their starting lineup with Malik Beasley and Bobby Portis, and it's obvious the reason why is because they need someone to be able to space the floor with Dame. Because Chris Middleton is not going to be relegated to a 3-and-D spot. Neither is Brook Lopez because you need him for rebounding. But if we're being honest, when we look at this duo, the reason why they figured it out is because they've both been able this season to manage their loads correctly. What I mean by this is that, look, Giannis has always been the guy for most of his career that has to bring the ball up the floor, or at least in some possessions, bring the ball up the floor, go play excellent defense, and go get a bucket on offense. Giannis obviously gets tired, and we've seen it, times where Giannis gets tired. So by having Dame in this equation, it allows him to dribble the ball way less, have the ball in his spots with highly effective looks, because Giannis is shooting 60% from the field. That's no fluke. And then, apart from all of this, it allows Giannis to be able to play better defense, because on offense, all he had to do was dunk the ball once. So his legs are still there. He didn't have to do 13 tween dribble crosses and make his own shot and assist and whatever. So in terms of Giannis, it helps him because it makes his life easier as a creator. He doesn't have to create a lot of offense. He'll just make the right pass when he needs to, and then he'll score when he needs to. But he doesn't need to be always tween, trying to, tire himself out. With Dame, what Giannis has done is that, Giannis has made it so that Dame doesn't have to be as good for the entire game. The reason why is because, look, Dame used to be a guy which from the first quarter to the fourth quarter had to be lit on fire. And that's tiring. Maybe not on defense, he didn't have to because he's not good on defense. But Dame would have to go and be on fire for the entire game just to even have a chance at winning comfortably. So basically, when Giannis did that, right, we were like, oh my God. Giannis really makes it so that for the entire game, it's just like feed Giannis, feed Giannis, feed Giannis. If you're hot, take your shots. But you could feed Giannis as much as you want because Giannis is not tired and ready to go. And then you consider the fact that now, okay, so it's like Giannis is well rested because he doesn't have to be dribbling the ball as much or making his own shot. And then you have Dame, which is also well rested because Giannis is the one putting it into the basket in most of the plays, right? So then now it created a dynamic where it's like, Dame, we need you in the fourth quarter. Have your energy for the fourth quarter. And it's been amazing because Dame has now become the closer for this team. And this is honestly what I believe this team wanted to have on the court. They're both two teams which could score. They're both two players which were going to get considered top 75 anyway, and already had top 75. So it's not like they needed each other, but the way that they complement each other offensively, especially offensively because Dame is a dud defensively, but the way that they complement each other offensively is amazing. Dame and Giannis really work as a duo. Dame is there to serve up the buckets in clutch time, make sure to hit some shots from three, distribute the ball, meanwhile also getting enough points in the basket to be able to contribute to a win. Meanwhile, Giannis is there to get easy layups, dunks, rebound, defend, and do all the things which a big man would do to the highest degree possible because he's Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they complement each other perfectly. And that's why I think that those two guys should remain. I want to see them in the playoffs this year. And honestly, if they can play like this and with this intensity in the playoffs, I think they might be able to win a championship. But maybe I'm going too far. So yeah, let me know what you think, and peace.